Hello everyone, Joel here. There are lots of single-player RPGs in the market, and if you ask me, some of them are probably a relic from the past. With the surge of upcoming modern gamers, of course the market is demanding more modern games, and that's why in this video we will talk about some of the best modern single-player RPGs that are a must-play for everyone. Some of you might disagree with my list, but that's okay because at the end of the day, we all have our own opinion. Before we continue the video, I want to inform you that right now, there are tons of crazy deals in instant gaming, especially if you love RPG games. Remember how expensive modern gaming lately? Well, not anymore, since you can get so many amazing titles with crazy discounts in instant gaming. Can you believe that just with $10 or even less than $5, you can enjoy one of the best gaming experiences in your life? Just look at these titles. It used to cost like $30 or even more than $40. And to make things even crazier, some games even drop so far to just $1. If you're a smart guy, you know what you have to do. All you have to do is just click my link in the description below, start searching for your favorite games and use the activation code on your chosen platform. By using my link, you're not only saving tons of money, but also helping me to support this channel. Alright then, let's get back into the list. Final Fantasy XVI stands out as a modern single-player role-playing experience with a tightly crafted story set in the war-scarred world of Valisthea, where ancient crystals and political conflict shape every conflict and alliance. You follow Clive Rosfield's journey through dramatic events and shifting power struggles, with a narrative that unfolds through detailed scenes and evolving character motivations. Combat is real-time and responsive, letting you weave sword strikes, evasive moves, and powerful icon abilities into dynamic battles while the world opens into varied regions to explore and revisit. Progression blends narrative advancement with meaningful upgrades and skill customization, inviting both newcomers and longtime fans to engage deeply with its systems and lore. Stellar Blade places you in a ruined Earth where humanity has fled and only a handful of survivors remain. The world feels alive through detailed environments that echo both beauty and decay, and side quests from NPCs let you expand your understanding of the setting beyond the main path. Combat drives the experience, demanding timing, precise parries, and combo mastery while offering meaningful progression through skill trees and gear upgrades that shape your playstyle. Traversal blends fluid movement with exploration, rewarding curiosity with hidden gear and costumes, and the pacing balances intense battles with quieter moments in human-occupied zones where story threads deepen. Though narrative elements may not always reach the emotional heights of other masterpieces, the combination of thoughtful systems, varied challenges, and polished action makes Stellar Blade a compelling single-player journey worth playing. Tainted Grail: The Fall of Avalon is a first-person single-player RPG built around a collapsing Arthurian world struggling to survive centuries after its founding. The story follows a grounded personal journey tied closely to political decay, social breakdown, and difficult choices about preservation or change. Its world design favors dense regions filled with quests that explore crisis, scarcity, and moral tension. Combat blends real-time melee, stamina management, parries, spells, and equipment weight, creating steady growth from vulnerability to power. Progression feels tangible through skills, gear upgrades, and flexible respec options. Despite rough edges, uneven systems, and ongoing balance issues, its ambition, patch support, and strong thematic focus make it a compelling RPG worth experiencing. Lies of P is a single-player action RPG that reshapes a familiar story into a dark, tightly structured journey set in the fallen industrial city of Krat. The narrative unfolds through direct storytelling, side quests, and environmental detail, making its themes of control, identity, and collapse easy to follow without losing depth. Exploration is deliberate, built around interconnected areas, shortcuts, and a central hub that grounds progression. Combat is demanding but precise, focusing on timing, perfect guards, weapon assembly, and mechanical tools that expand tactical options. Progression rewards mastery through weapon customization, skill systems, and meaningful upgrades rather than excess grinding. Its strong cohesion between world design, combat systems, and pacing makes it a must-play for focused single-player RPG fans. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth expands its classic foundation into a large-scale single-player RPG that balances familiarity with meaningful reinvention. The story follows Cloud and his companions beyond Midgar, retelling core events while introducing new narrative threads that reshape expectations without discarding established lore. Its world design emphasizes wide regions filled with exploration, character-driven side quests, and optional activities that deepen both setting and relationships. Combat blends real-time action with tactical pauses, materia systems, and synergy abilities, allowing flexible party playstyles. Progression feels layered through character growth, skill trees, equipment, and relationship choices. While its scope and abundance of content may feel dense, Rebirth succeeds as a confident evolution that respects the original while offering a distinct and rewarding modern RPG experience.
Unfortunately, we are in notoriously difficult creatures and were usurped by the now ubiquitous Chocobo. At present, the only remaining wild elf is found here, in the grasslands.
Nioh 2 is a demanding single-player action RPG that stands out through mechanical depth, historical grounding, and player freedom. Set during Japan's Sengoku era, its story blends real figures like Oda Nobunaga with yokai folklore, creating a setting that feels coherent and easy to follow even without prior knowledge. Combat is the core strength, offering stance-based melee, tight stamina control, and layered systems such as yokai shift and soul cores that reward mastery. Character progression is highly flexible through builds, gear, and skills, supporting long-term experimentation. Strong level design, responsive controls, and extensive replay value make Nioh 2 a must-play for players seeking depth and challenge in a single-player RPG. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 continues Henry's journey in a grounded medieval RPG that prioritizes historical authenticity, character-driven storytelling, and skill-based gameplay. The narrative follows political conflict, personal loss, and moral tension through a long main quest supported by an unusually strong selection of side stories that feel purposeful and well-written. Its world design focuses on believable cities and countryside, especially large urban spaces that feel active and reactive. Combat remains deliberate and demanding, emphasizing positioning, timing, and equipment mastery rather than power fantasy. Progression is tied to perks, crafting, and learned skills that reward long-term investment. While technical issues and occasional narrative rigidity appear, the overall experience succeeds as a deep, immersive single-player RPG defined by consistency, scale, and ambition.
I'll kill you! Oh, bleeding are we? Want me to get...
Clair Obscur Expedition 33 stands out as a must-play turn-based JRPG by uniting theme, mechanics, and presentation with clear intent. Its story explores mortality and purpose through a focused cast, making the world of Lumiere feel grounded despite its surreal design. Combat blends classic turn-based structure with precise parries and time inputs, keeping every battle engaging and skill-driven. Character progression encourages experimentation through distinct abilities and strong synergy. While exploration is streamlined, optional bosses and overworld challenges add depth to the gameplay. Moreover, post-launch updates refine balance and accessibility, ensuring a polished experience that respects both narrative weight and mechanical mastery.
questions.
Cyberpunk 2077 is an ambitious open-world RPG that blends narrative focus with player-driven role-playing in a dense futuristic city. Set in Night City, the story centers on identity, mortality, and power, carried by strong character writing and memorable performances. Exploration emphasizes vertical urban design, with districts that feel distinct in tone and social structure. Combat supports multiple playstyles through guns, hacking, cyberware, and stealth, while progression systems allow deep specialization. Quests often branch through dialogue, skills, and choices rather than simple combat outcomes. After extensive updates, the game delivers a cohesive experience that balances atmosphere, mechanical depth, and narrative ambition.
Big guns coming through!
Black Myth: Wukong is a single-player action RPG that stands out through its confident use of myth, combat variety, and focused progression. The story reinterprets Journey to the West with minimal exposition, allowing the world, characters, and events to explain themselves through encounters and environments. Its stages are structured but gradually open into spaces that reward exploration and side paths. Combat emphasizes mobility, spell usage, and enemy-specific responses rather than strict memorization. Progression centers on flexible skills, powerful transformations, and creature-based abilities that meaningfully change encounters. Together, these systems create a game that values player expression, steady mastery, and sustained narrative momentum. God of War Ragnarök is a single-player RPG that delivers a complete and emotionally grounded conclusion to its Norse saga. The story focuses on fate, responsibility, and the evolving bond between Kratos and Atreus, supported by strong character writing and consistent pacing. Its world design expands across multiple realms, each offering distinct environments, enemies, and traversal ideas that reward exploration. Combat refines the 2018 foundation with greater enemy variety, deeper weapon synergy, and more tactical options. Progression systems encourage experimentation without overwhelming complexity. Combined, these elements create a polished experience that balances narrative weight, mechanical depth, and long-term engagement. Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader is a deep single-player RPG that succeeds through strong systems, deliberate pacing, and confident world-building. The story places the player in a position of authority from the start, framing choices around power, belief, and consequence rather than heroic ascent. Its setting explains itself through dialogue, morality systems, and companion interactions, making the universe accessible even to newcomers. Turn-based combat is cleanly structured, readable, and rewards planning over excess micromanagement. Progression blends class roles, origins, gear, and convictions into meaningful customization. Despite minor technical flaws, the game offers one of Owlcat's most focused, rewarding role-playing experiences. Baldur's Gate 3 is a landmark RPG masterpiece built around player freedom, strong writing, and deep systemic design. The story places meaningful choice at its center, allowing decisions to shape characters, alliances, and long-term outcomes across 3 lengthy acts. Its world feels reactive and densely authored, rewarding exploration through dialogue, quests, and environmental interaction rather than markers alone. Turn-based combat adapts Dungeons & Dragons rules into encounters that emphasize positioning, abilities, and creative problem-solving. Progression offers wide class and build variety, variety while remaining readable and flexible. Despite minor technical issues, the game succeeds as a complete role-playing experience where narrative, mechanics, and player agency consistently support each other.
Time to strike.
Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut is a modern masterpiece that combines a focused narrative with a clean, refined open-world structure. The story follows Jin Sakai as he confronts invasion, duty, and personal compromise, grounding its themes in character-driven conflict rather than spectacle. Tsushima itself is carefully designed, using environmental cues and exploration instead of excessive interface guidance. Combat emphasizes timing, stance management, and deliberate enemy engagement, growing more complex as new skills unlock. Progression rewards both combat mastery and exploration through abilities, gear, and cosmetic upgrades. Performance improvements and added options enhance an already cohesive experience, making it one of the strongest narrative-driven RPGs of its generation. Elden Ring is a modern action RPG that redefines open-world design through restraint, challenge, and player-driven discovery. Its story is delivered indirectly, encouraging players to piece together history, characters, and motivations through exploration rather than exposition. The lands between is vast yet purposeful, filled with handcrafted locations that reward curiosity without relying on map markers or quest logs. Combat builds on the Souls formula with added mobility, mounted traversal, and flexible builds that support many playstyles. Progression is open-ended, allowing players to grow through experimentation and perseverance. By trusting player agency and embracing difficulty, Elden Ring delivers a cohesive experience where exploration, mastery, and personal achievement are tightly intertwined. Alright boys, I think that's it for today. I know that there are other best modern RPGs that I haven't mentioned yet, so how about sharing your best modern RPGs that probably deserve the spot in the comment section below. Don't forget to like the video and make sure to subscribe the channel if you don't want to miss another great list. Thank you for watching and have a good day. Peace!